Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to start 3 different variety of leafy vegetables for my garden. This is a Liberty Garden butter crunch lettuce, spinach Bloomsdale longstanding like I've done before, and then the Melody. This is a new variety of spinach seed. It's got that orange defender treatment on the seeds, so we'll see what that does. I have no idea what that means. I was just looking at what was going on here on the back. So yeah, let's get started. Basically, get the seeds, as many seeds as you think you need, maybe like 1 or 2 more seeds than you think you need, just in case. And I like to soak them in water for about maybe an hour before I go ahead and put them on there or in the tub. But basically, what I do is I take those plastic containers, just the cheap plastic ones with the clear bottoms. So I take and I fold the paper towel, get the paper towel wet, and just place it on the lid of the Tupperware container. And I'll just place the seeds evenly spaced out on the paper towel after that. Alright, so once you get that done, all you have to do now is just place the lid on the container, check it once to twice a day, just to make sure it stays dry, or stays wet rather, and place it in a sunny window or put it in your hydroponic lights, and that's it. Alright guys, so here is the update I've been promising on my hydroponic setup. So I got the new seedlings that we just started. So it's been a few hours, and about once a day I like to check and make sure that the paper towel hasn't dried up over the course of the day, and so I'll just make sure that stays wet, and just check on the seeds and make sure they're germinating about when they say they should. If not, I'll replace the seeds. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and start with the current setup that I've got. Same system. I was gonna replace these cinder block pillars here and just do like a wood structure, but I really like the adjustability that the cinder block holes give me, and I don't see any reason in upgrading anytime soon. I can really go up as high as I need. If I need to, I can add another cinder block and go up even higher, but I've never used anything in this system that's needed anything higher. So yeah, so if you have any questions about the system, leave a comment below, and I'll try to get to it as quick as possible. So yeah, I have a jalapeno pepper plant growing here. I do have jalapenos on it, and I'll get a picture of that in a second. And this is an arugula variety as well. And not a huge fan of arugula, and I'm going to cut these down to 1 plant, and I may make a video about drying it out, because this is such a intensely flavored variety, I guess. The stuff you buy in the store is just like a mild. But yeah, that's probably what I'm chalking it down to, is that these just have better nutrients with the nutrient system, and it's probably just a more aggressively tasting arugula variety. But I'm going to try to make it into a herb instead of using it as a green for a salad, because it is way too powerful for that. So, and I'm hoping to get a video about that pretty soon, because I don't want to waste it. There's so much good arugula here, and I don't want to waste it. So I'm looking forward to getting that as well. So I'm going to show you. Let's see if we can't get you in here. Alright guys, so I've got you in the middle of this jalapeno plant here. I'm still trying to get used to my new tripod here, so bear with me for this. But as you can see, they're growing pretty well. Haven't had any issues. They grow about the same as they would just in the garden. I haven't had any nothing any quicker, and it didn't come any slower. So yeah, and they grow fairly large for a jalapeno plant. I don't think these are a very large variety. They're just a typical jalapeno pepper. These have been on there for quite a while. I'm kind of watching them. They say that jalapenos, when they grow, a lot of them they'll start dark, and then they'll get lighter for a bit, and then they will go from that lighter, and then they'll start transitioning to a red color when they start getting really, and they say they're hotter at that point. But this variety is actually a pretty hot variety on its own. But I'm just really trying to see, it's kind of like an experiment to see if they'll do that and how long it takes. And they haven't shriveled up or anything yet, so they're still doing good. There's a very large one back here in the back. Yeah, you got a good view of that one. This one here, that one's probably 2.5 inches. So yeah, this plant's doing really good. I haven't had any new flowers in a few days. Pollination on these are a dream though. You just, I like to use a Q-tip and just touch the flower, and they just drop the pollen, and then they produce a jalapeno pepper out of that. So, all right, let's move on to the tomatoes, which I'm really excited to show you. Let's try to do this in vlog style. All right, so bear with me. I'm gonna try to hold you guys. So the tomatoes, as you can see, are growing really well, but let's kind of zoom back out a little bit and show you the full length of the plant. We have the standard height, 10-foot ceiling, and this is about 2 foot off the ceiling. So this isn't about a 8-foot tomato plant right now, and I have chopped them off a couple times when they start reaching the ceiling. So this thing has reached 10 foot, and what I do is since I have, you can see here, tomatoes growing at about the 5.5 foot mark, and as the plant starts dying down here, I'll just trim all the little branches off at that mark, and then they'll start growing more heavily above that, because the plant doesn't get much light down here, so they start shedding those leaves, and they also will start shedding the leaves that come out away from the light. As you can see, this one here will start to die on the tip, and I can just snip it off there, just down here, and just save the energy of the plant doing it. Also, it helps keep it within the cage and not growing up and over or up into the light. That's another issue that it has, is it likes to grow up into the light. I have one CFL bulb that gets rather warm, and when it grows up into light, they do die. So I like to keep those clipped. Right now, it gets around 30 degrees at night where I live. So these tomato plants would not survive outside right now, and I've been growing these throughout the winter. This year I'm planning on starting them a lot earlier, so I get this kind of growth in during the winter, so I'll have fresh tomatoes all winter. And I decided to stay with the little cherry tomato type or grape tomato type, because I didn't know if the light would be strong enough to produce a large fruit, but apparently it's having no issue growing a number of these little cherry tomatoes, as you can see, and it's still outputting flowers quite regularly. So you can see there, we got a lot of flowers there. To pollinate these, if you just gently tap the flowers, they'll drop the pollen, and you'll see the pollen drop out. And I'll come by and tap. I'll re-tap on them every day, just gently, and yeah, you can see it starting to produce. Let me zoom you in here. Right there. See if I can get it to focus. Focus. Let me see if I can get my hand back there and see if it'll focus on my hand. Nope. I really need to get a new camera. What I was zooming in on is just a little cluster of the buds that are starting to come up. So we'll have a new cluster of flowers there, which means more tomatoes potentially if something doesn't go wrong. But yeah, there's just as many green tomatoes on this plant as there are the red ones. So this is showing no signs of slowing down at this point. So Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I really hoped you guys enjoyed watching this this update and also starting some new seeds. I'm really excited for what's gonna come out of these new seeds. So next video, like I said earlier, I'm gonna try to get these cut out. I'm gonna show you what I do to take these out, and I'm going to process these and hopefully try to make some kind of dry herb out of it. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, we'll put these in whenever they get big enough, and that'll be the video following that. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like it if you liked it, and comment if you have any questions or comments, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot.